I'm headed to church right now, but I want to get on here and give y'all a quick little word. What's been on my mind, because I've been being a student all day while I was working, and now as soon as I clock out, my gum don't hurt no more. Glory be to God. You know, I play. Glory be to God. But let me go ahead and let you know that the situation that you're in, no matter what you're going through, you got to look at yourself and your own decisions. The reason why you're in the situation you're in is because of you, right? And I ain't placing the blame on you. I'm not saying that, you know, somebody manipulating you and gaslighting you is your fault, but it kind of is your fault when you sit back and say, okay, what is it that's in me that keeps attracting these kind of people, that keeps attracting the narcissist? What's going on with me? Like, what's in me? Why do I love myself enough? Like, am I just not paying attention? Like, you got to take accountability for you and stop pointing the finger at other people. Yes, the people did what they did. Yes, they still out here doing what they doing. But that's none of your business. That has nothing to do with who you are. You got to look at yourself and say, and ask God. You got to really go to God and say, God, show me me. Show me the parts of me that are unhealed, that are traumatized, that are attracting these type of spirits, that are falling for these type of spirits. I'm not even gonna say attracting, because they just come to you and won't control you. But show me where I'm weak, God. Show me my weak spots so I can know, so I can heal those parts of me, so I don't keep falling for it. So I don't keep falling for the same thing. I don't keep falling for somebody that's coming to me, lying to me, somebody that can manipulate me. If I can be manipulated and gaslit, that means I'm weak. Somewhere in me, I am weak. I am weak, and I need you to use your strength, God, to make me strong. Okay? We got to look at ourselves. We got to take accountability for us. When we're growing and when we're healing and becoming, trying to become a better version of ourselves and become the woman or man that God has created us to be, we got to look within. What somebody else doing ain't got nothing to do with us. It's what we falling for. Why we keep falling for this? Why we still in a relationship with somebody that's cheating on us? Why we still in a relationship with somebody that keep lying and manipulating us? Why? It ain't their fault. They still gonna do their dirt regardless. But what is it within you that keeps falling for this? What is it within you that's weak? Where's your weak spot? And we have to really go to God and say, God, show me me. Show me the parts of me that are hidden in the dark, that I don't see, that I don't know about. Because I don't want to keep repeating this cycle. Give me the wisdom out of this. Give me the wisdom out of this situation. I need you, God, to shine your light on these dark areas, these dark spaces and places within me. I want to know why I keep falling for this. I want to know why I'm dealing with this. Help me to love myself. Help me to have boundaries. Help me to set boundaries and have standards for myself, so I don't stay in no situation like this over and over again. So I don't continue to repeat the same thing. Because if you just leave that situation and you wash your hands with it and you don't learn the lesson, guess what you finna do? You're gonna meet that same spirit in another person. It's just gonna be a different body. And I need you to understand how important it is to break the cycle, how important it is to heal where you're broken. Heal that little girl within you. Heal that little boy within you. You gotta walk. You gotta take accountability and responsibility for what you lack. Because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't be in that situation. You wouldn't continue to fall for that over and over again. If you loved yourself, you would not be in a situation where somebody keep on cheating on you, mishandling you, calling you out your name, lying to your face, manipulating you, gaslighting you. You would not be in that situation if you loved yourself enough. If you filled your own cup. If you truly had a relationship with God and knew your worth. You knew your value. Who you truly are. In order to heal, you got to take accountability for you. You can't be pointing the finger at nobody else. Oh, he lied to me. Oh, he tricked me. Yes, he did what he did. She did what she did. What was wrong with you? What was in you that was unhealed? What trauma bond? How did y'all form that bond? Because it's some kind of trauma bond, soul tie, something. You gotta go within. You gotta seek the kingdom. You gotta go seek God so that he can show you these places and spaces that are within you, that are unhealed, that are traumatized, that are still bruised and broken and cracked. It is your responsibility to do that. I was talking to my mom yesterday, and you know, I had to like really break down generational curses to her. Even though my mom is very spiritual, she's spiritual, she's very discerning and everything, but I was talking to her, I was telling her, really kind of breaking down, you know, generational curses. We're talking about generational curses or whatever, and I'm like, it could be anything. It could be, you know, you having an anger outburst all the time and you don't know how to control that. Where did that come from? Why do you do that? What, you got to go all the way down the line and see where that thing came from. And that's how you gonna notice it in maybe you notice it in other family members. And you have to really sit back and look at it and analyze it. You can't, not from a judgmental place, but say, this thing came from somewhere. This is a spirit. This is a curse on our family that started somewhere, but it ends with me. You gotta make the choice to say that. And you know, we really have to be the bigger person, to be honest. Like, be the person that stands up and say, okay, this thing stops with me. These toxic relationships, falling for toxic relationships, falling for men who manipulate us, falling for men who cheat on us, who beat on us. This stops with me, because I see this as a cycle. It's a cycle, and I'm finna break it. You gotta know your worth. You gotta know your value, and the only way you find that stuff out is through Christ. That's it. You gotta go through God in order to find your true identity. The only way to it is to ask God. And you gotta go through, you gotta have a relationship with Jesus Christ before you can get to God. You gotta believe, you gotta have faith in Jesus before you can get to God. Because if you don't have faith, if you don't even believe, you're never gonna heal. You're gonna stay in the same spot. You're gonna continue to repeat the same cycles. The enemy gonna keep on being able to trick you and pull you every which way, because you don't know your worth, you don't know your value, you don't know who you truly are. So I need us to take accountability for what it is that is in us. Stop pointing the finger. That person's healing, why they lying, why they being manipulative, why they cheating, and that ain't got nothing to do with you. They got something to do with how broken, how flawed they are inside. That's between them and God. They out here hurting people, and you just happen to be one of them that got hurt. But now it's up to you to say, okay, what is in me that attracted that? What is in me that fell for that? What is it that's in me that's hidden that I don't know about? You gotta really sit back and do a whole life inventory. Check your behaviors, become self-aware, get new knowledge, start researching this stuff. This stuff is serious, because if not, you're gonna be in the same cycle for the rest of your life. You're gonna keep on repeating the same cycles and wonder why you ain't getting nowhere in life. It ain't gonna ever change until you change your mind, until you change your belief system. So that's all I gotta say about that. Take accountability for what it is that you're dealing with, what it is that's in you that is still traumatized, bruised, broken, cracked, whatever. That is this voided space within you that you thought you needed a person to fill that void. What is it? And you have to ask yourself these hard questions. You have to have God and ask him those questions. You got to have a relationship with God to find out who you truly are. That's just how life goes. That's just how it goes. So I just want to give y'all that quick word. I love y'all, but study Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. Chase after God, and he's gonna reveal to you your true identity. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.